I'm back. Welcome back to my channel. The struggle is real with Jamie, the makeup nurse. Today is Saturday. It's also 7-Eleven Day, Mojito Day, Blueberry Muffin Day, All-American Pet Photo Day, and Cheer of the Lonely Day. And it's also my anniversary, 28 years. So I wish I could celebrate it with him today, but I was just home last weekend for my son's wedding, so here we are. Today we're mixing sweet blueberry vibes with fresh mojito energy for the ultimate summer scent lineup. I got my tea with honey and in here, so hopefully it'll help my throat a little. If you want to join the pajama club, hit that subscribe button, sit back, get comfy, and let's get started. And first, with the riddle for today is: I'm cool and refreshing with mint and lime, a summer favorite, you sip in good time, served over ice, both crisp and sweet. What am I? The perfect heat beat treat. Comment down below. And for Blueberry Muffin Day, we're going to start with this blueberry pie from Lip Scrub from Jeffree Star. I do like this lip scrub. And then we're going to use the Cab lip oil in lime, or the lime part of a mojito. And for Blueberry Muffin Day, we're going to use this Blueberry Crush by iHeart Revolution. And it smells like blueberry. Alright, we're going to use, it doesn't have a shade name, so we're just going to use this one here. Had a little brown still left on the brush that didn't get off. That's okay. I was so lucky to marry my husband 28 years ago, and my daughter's 27, and my son is 24. So, and I have two grandchildren, 10 and 4. So okay, let's do this dark color here, this dark blue. And now we're going to start a new journey. I'm sad about this, but I know it was the right thing to do. We sold our land. We had 36 acres with a waterfall. But, these student loans, that with all this new stuff that we had to do by July 1st, I couldn't afford the income-driven payment that they were going to have me do. And I owe $186,000 for student loans. My payment would be another $2,700. I don't have that. And then we're going to also rent out our house. And my hubby is going to come travel with me, which I'm so excited about that. And then that way we can try to pay off debt and save and start paying on my student loans. So we're gonna be like, I guess, considered homeless for a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go in with this shade. Well, not really homeless because we're gonna be in a hotel, but you know what I mean. We're gonna just travel and be on the road together. And live in hotels. And in the event I have a gap in employment, again, go stay with the grandkids or my brother or my sister or my dad or my friend Nathan. So, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go in with this shade now. But I try not to have a gap. But there are times I do. I have a possibility of going to Vermont. But I also have a possibility that they're going to extend me again here. And I don't know. I feel bad if I don't take the extension. But I also don't want to lose the opportunity to go to Vermont because this will be a long-term assignment. Okay, for Mojito, we're going to use the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I like this. It smells like the mint chocolate ice cream. It smells so good. And for 7-Eleven Day, we're going to look at slushies. So we're going to use this palette, and this is the Seraphine Botanicals Rhubarb and Rose palette, Lip and Chic, and it's got raspberry and blackberry. So let's use this shade. Try to use this shade up. Since this one kind of melted when this broke. I don't smell anything, but you know, I'll stuffy too. We're gonna use the marshmallow scented brush with the Ofra strawberry airbrush setting powder, brightening strawberry. I don't think it smells like strawberry, but I think it was supposed to. Yeah, I can't smell nothing. What else is new though? You know what? I think I'm just gonna use this for my T-zone. And I will use, let's have a banana slushie. Use the I Heart Revolution palette. Or powder. Is it supposed to smell like banana, but it doesn't. We're going to use our coffee scented essence brush. We're going to do our T-zone with this strawberry powder. Now we're going to have a cherry slushy. This is the cherry blush and highlight that I'll use. And it's from B Color. It's supposed to smell like cherries, but I don't smell it. And we'll use the highlight part. Okay, we're gonna go back in with this transition shade. Has a little bit of the glitter too, so alright, let's blend this out. Use some of this chapstick now. This is the Lip Smackers, and it's a Disney one, and it's in the shade Northern Blue Raspberry. So, and then we're gonna use the Fruit Pigmented mascara. So Fruit Slushy. So good. I usually can smell it, but this time I can't. Okay, now we're gonna use the middle shade for a highlight. Yeah, at least I don't have to go to work today. So I can just do this. Okay. And for blue raspberry, we're gonna use the blueberry tart, or blueberry muffin day. We're gonna use the blueberry tart by NYX. This is the butter gloss. And I can wear blue lips since I'm not going to work. Alright, then we're going to use the Pacifica Cherry Matte Setting Spray with cherry and raspberry leaf and hyaluronic acid for cherry slushy. It feels good. Alright, this is it for Senate Saturday, focused on blueberry muffin and slushy and mojito. Alright, on July 11th, this day in history, 1804, the Burr-Hamilton duel. In Weehawken, New Jersey, Vice President Aaron Burr fatally shot former Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton during a pistol duel born from a bitter, long-running political rivalry. 1979, Skylab crashes to Earth. America's first successful space station, Skylab, re-entered Earth's hemisphere and broke apart, scattering debris across the Indian Ocean and sparsely populated areas of Western Australia. 1995, U.S. normalizes relations with Vietnam. 2 decades after the fall of Saigon, President Bill Clinton established full diplomatic relations between the U.S. and its former wartime adversary. 1798, U.S. Marine Corps reestablished. President John Adams signed an act of Congress formally reestablishing the U.S. Marine Corps as a distinct military branch following its post-Revolutionary War disbandment. In 1921, Taft appointed Chief Justice. Former U.S. President William Howard Taft was sworn in as the 10th Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, making him the only person in history to hold both offices. In 1914, Babe Ruth's MLB debut. A 19-year-old Babe Ruth made his Major League Baseball debut as a starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, earning a 4-3 victory over the Cleveland Nats. 1960, To Kill a Mockingbird published. Harper Lee's iconic Pulitzer Prize-winning novel tackling racial injustice in the American South was published by J.B. Lippincott and Company. In 1859, Big Ben chimes for the first time. The great bell housed inside the iconic clock tower of London's Houses of Parliament rang out its famous chime across the city. And in 1955, In God We Trust, added to currency, U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed a law requiring the phrase to appear on all U.S. paper currency and coins. Sorry, just had a coughing fit. Some birthdays: Robert the Bruce in 1274, celebrated Scottish king who secured Scotland's independence from English rule during the Wars of Scottish Independence. John Quincy Adams in 1767, the 6th President of the U.S., an adept diplomat and a fiercely dedicated anti-slavery advocate in his post-presidential congressional career. E.B. White in 1899, acclaimed American author, was an essayist who penned beloved children's literature classics like Charlotte's Web and Stuart Little. Love them both. Giorgio Armani in 1934, iconic Italian high-fashion designer, celebrated globally for pioneering clean, tailored menswear styles. Lil' Kim in 1975, trailblazing Grammy-winning American rapper and fashion icon who fundamentally transformed women's hip-hop in the 1990s. Some unfortunate deaths. Alexander Hamilton in 1804, the brilliant founding father, chief architect of the U.S. financial system, and first Treasury Secretary, succumbed to his wounds the day after his duel with Aaron Burr. George Gershwin in 1937, legendary American composer and pianist who seamlessly fused jazz with classical music and masterworks like Rhapsody in Blue, who died of a brain tumor at age 38. Laurence Olivier in 1989, widely regarded as one of the greatest English-speaking stage and screen actors of the 20th century. And Lady Bird Johnson in 2007, former First Lady of the U.S., who passionately championed environmental beautification and conservation projects. The quote for today comes from Dalai Lama. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. And remember, don't wake up and choose violence. Choose kindness. And then see you next Saturday.